Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse, The Flash, Dawn of the DC, Wally West Flash. This is a Walmart exclusive gold label figure. I heard they're popping up at Walmart, so I decided to take a peek today, and bam, they had a couple on the shelf. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. This figure is part of the Gold Label collection. A Gold Label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be Target or GameStop. This particular Gold Label is a Walmart exclusive. DC Multiverse, The Flash. Here he is in the package. Bunch of Speed Force effects, collector's card, display stand. Now this looks to be on the original Rebirth Barry Allen Flash body with a different head. One side of the package, The Flash from The Flash, Dawn of DC. Other side, somebody says The Flash. At the bottom, there's his barcode, if that helps anybody. And at the back side, here's the Flash running through the Speed Force. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He has a display stand, collector's card, and then 4 different Speed Force effects. Before I tailor all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Flash, but not your usual Barry Allen Flash. This is Wally West Flash, and they chose to use the Rebirth Flash body, which is actually my favorite Flash body, but I don't really want Wally West and Barry Allen looking exactly the same. I really appreciate getting Wally West in the suit, but I think this is a lazy figure reuse. Although I do like the body and the head sculpt. My god, what is going on here? Let's take a closer look. So, this head here, this is not going to be my Wally West Flash. This guy looks like a villain. He's smiling maniacally. He's got the dark around the eyes. I feel like if you painted this guy white and a red lips, it'd be a Jokerized Flash. Just not feeling it to me. It literally looks like a villain. The Rival, Reverse Flash. I don't know. If you repaint this guy yellow, he would be a perfect Reverse Flash, except for the symbol being the correct way. He's got the little sort of wings or behind his ears. The texture in the suit, very familiar. You can see texture on different parts. Other parts are smooth. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. It is a good body, but I don't think it was a great decision to make Wally West smiling like this and on the Barry Allen Rebirth Flash body. I know a lot of people love the Flashpoint version of Flash, and it is a nice release, but I prefer the Rebirth version. To me, it's still the best Barry Allen McFarlane has made. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Why would they make it like this? He looks like a villain. The darkness around the eyes, the smiling face. What is this, the Trickster as a Flash? Jokerized Flash? Why would they make him grinning like this? There's no way this is going to be my standard Wally West. Not like this. Now let's check out his accessories. Starting off with the boring stuff. We have the typical McFarlane display stand, black circle, thin, basic. Then, for his collector's card, as you can see, it's an image of Wally West in the traditional Flash suit, running through the Speed Force. The Flash from The Flash, Dawn of DC. On the backside, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now for his Speed Force effects. He has 4 of them. They've been released before. Can't quite remember which Flash figure. Maybe the TV show Flash. I'm surprised they didn't release the ones that came with the original Rebirth Flash. He has the same holes for him to fit inside of. They're cast in a semi-transparent plastic, kind of simulating lightning. Got a little bit of give to it. Here's Wally West in a running pose without the Speed Force effects attached. And here, with the Speed Force effects attached. Now let's check him out next to the original Barry Allen Rebirth Flash to see the similarities and the differences. And like I expected, it's 100% the same body except for the head. Although his red is, I don't know, like a more vibrant red. I do like the differences there. Let's take a look. So obviously, their heads are completely different. I like the sort of half smile of Barry Allen, matches personality. Then we have the Flash symbol. Now the symbol is actually different. Looks like they put a new one on his chest, and I appreciate that. The lines going out of here, different. So they're not like exactly the same thing with different heads on them. The shade of red is different, but beyond that, it's 100% the same. Now, if this head didn't have that dumb, awful, evil-looking grin, I might consider using them both like this. I do prefer Wally West being a different costume. That one in the red Walmart exclusive costume. That way you can have the two Flash figures together and look a little bit different. But this is Wally West when Barry Allen was out of the equation. Now somebody had made a request to me to head swap the Flashpoint Flash and this new Wally West Flash, and since my biggest problem is the head, I was kind of curious what that was going to look like. And bam, here it is. Holy shit, that looks really good as Wally West, the Flash. A serious head, a normal head. I don't even mind the reuseless body. I could get behind Wally West looking like this. Now the head's not super stable on him, but that can be adjusted. Just take the peg out of the old Flash, put it into this Flash, and you can do a pretty easy head swap. The length is not an issue. But like I said, I could get behind a Wally West Flash like this. If the figures look like this, I could dig this as a Wally West in a modern Flash suit and Barry Allen in the same type of Flash suit. Keep in mind, Wally Allen replaced Barry Allen as Flash after Crisis on Infinite Earths, putting on the exact same costume. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, now for his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right at 7 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. And for his articulation. Start with his head. Of course, you can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down about that much. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes up more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got this butterfly ring between the shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion and covering a large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows that go all the way in. His wrist can rotate, and it is also hinged. His torso, he's got a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion in the torso area. I get a little more of the torso than the waist, and it's going to really help you get him into those sort of running poses looking forward. Legs complete as splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is pretty much non-existent. Legs go forward all the way, back not much. Double jointed knees, and then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and of course, torticulation. Now let's switch to a city type setup. Here's Wally West running through the streets of Central City, and a frontal view of Wally West. Let's put a smile on that face. And then a side view of him running through the streets with the Speed Force effects attached. Now let's check him out. Next is for their action figures. Starting off with some of their McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here's the new Wally West McFarlane DC Multiverse Flash, next to the DC Rebirth Barry Allen version of Flash, sharing pretty much 100% the same body, minus the head and the Flash symbol on his chest. Here are all 5 figures that use the Flash Rebirth body. 3 of which are Barry Allen, 1 of which is Wally West, and then 1 is Reverse Flash. Now let's check them out. Next is some other Wally West figures. There are now 5 different McFarlane DC Multiverse Wally West figures. From left to right, we have the animated Justice League Wally West Flash, and then the Crisis on Infinite Earths Kid Flash Wally West. In the middle, Flash Wally West from the comics, and then on the far right, a couple different versions of Wally West Flash in a more modern costume. I personally like to use this as my current modern main Barry Allen Flash, and this one as my main Wally West Flash. That way they can operate together wearing different costumes. And here he is, next to my only other Wally West figure. This is a Mattel DC Universe Classics Wally West Kid Flash, back when he was a little kid sidekick. Now let's check him out. Next to some other McFarlane Speed Force figures. Here he is, next to several different versions of McFarlane's Barry Allen Flash. And here he is, next to a few Jake Garrick figures, the OG original Flash. Then, next to a couple of versions of Wallace West, the current Kid Flash. And now, next to Impulse, a speedster from the future. And here he is, next to a couple of Reverse Flash figures. Then, next to a Godspeed figure. And now, with a couple of Red Death figures. And finally, next to a couple of Dark Flash figures. Here are all the different speedsters in McFarlane's DC Multiverse line. Quite a collection so far, and I'm sure there are going to be plenty more coming soon. Now let's check them out. Next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the DC vs. Vampires Nightwing. These are the 2 newest Walmart exclusive Gold Label figures. And here he is, next to the previous couple Walmart exclusive waves. The previous wave was Vampire Damian Wayne Robin and Owlman, and before that, Black Lightning and Vampire Hal Jordan. Then, Next to the Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark Parallax Hal Jordan. And the McFarlane Toy Store GameStop exclusive Arkham Knight in his Prestige suit. Then, the GameStop exclusive DC Rebirth Batman Frostbite Edition. And now, next to the Crisis on Infinite Earths wave, Collect Build Monitor. Here he is, with the most recent Batman wave. We have the Anne Hathaway Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, both the Platinum and Batpod versions. The Christian Bale Hong Kong Skydive Batman, both Platinum and Unmasked versions. And the Ben Affleck Batfleck from Batman vs Superman. And finally, next to the DC Classics Smiling Superman and the Nightfall Nightwing. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how it fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix it with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Devon Select toys. Here he is, next to one of my wife's plants. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures, and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's an okay Wally West figure. I swear it looks like a Jokerized Wally West. I just have a big problem with that evil grin. The eyes are pure white, which is accurate to Wally West, and they normally do have the black around them, but it just makes him look sinister combined with that smile. Now if he had a regular head with his body, I'd be very pleased. I like the body. That paint job's good. Honestly, the head is good for what it is, but it's just not appropriate for Wally West. I'm going to rate this figure a 6 out of 10. If it had a better head, it could probably get it a 7.5 easily. That Flashpoint head looks fantastic on this guy. I saw someone that customized him, painted the eyes white, and bam, really sold the Wally West look. So, another swing and a miss for McFarlane. So close, yet so far at the same time. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.